It was my sophomore year of college at West Virginia Wesleyan, and myself and two other freshmen from the theater department went to Rocky Horror Show, and I was driving, and on our way back, I was trying to avoid a deer, and in the course of that, trying to maneuver that and maneuver away from the cliffs that were there, my truck locked up and then rolled over. I was crushed, my head and hands, and my friend Greg was killed. My friend Mike actually saved my life by cutting me out of the seatbelt and sitting me up, and then going to flag down help with a broken leg. The thing very early after the accident was that different words and conversation would spark me remembering part of a song, and I would go into that song as opposed to answering a question or burst into song in inappropriate times. Music was really a big part of my recovery, just because singing is easier than speaking. I have TBI, I have traumatic brain injury. I used to lead into it saying that I might start stuttering or blocking on words, or just forget what's going on, or forget what we're talking about, and or sometimes I would use the movie 50 First Dates to explain it. I was like, so if you've ever seen that movie, then it's very similar to what the main character goes through, except it's not like a total loss of memory for me every day, but a lot of it is similar to that. Aviatrix, life breathe, the matrix of insanity. Relearning speech patterns and relearning how to talk. It was easier to relearn music, and I've always been a musician and a songwriter. I've always written music, and just going back to that was it was kind of like the one thing from before the accident that wasn't impossible to handle or to deal with. It felt like it was the one thing that I still had, control of. I had been singing with this band called Big Luscious, and it was one of the most fun experiences I've had in a long time. We were at rehearsal, and I was going through my phone, and I saw this email, and it's like, Miss Lester, we'd like to congratulate you on your acceptance into the Consortium. And I just screamed and jumped up and down, and everybody in the room just froze and turned around like, what's wrong with you? So I was pretty excited to get in. I've really loved doing it. It's challenged me in every way, pretty much. Mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually, in terms of even just having faith that I could do this and get through it. That was a pretty big step in terms of growth process. And then putting on smaller shows around town was another step up, and playing with Big Luscious and being front and center with a band, that felt like another step for me. And then getting accepted into MMT and going through this process has been a really big step for me. With traumatic brain injury and with a lot of acquired neurological disorders, eventually all of that damage, the way I understand it, is going to result in dementia and or early onset Alzheimer's. That's a a very real possibility for me, especially because I had, the huge initial brain injury, knowing that despite all of the hard work that I've done to regain my memory and my functioning, there's going to be a point where it's not going to matter. I'm not going to be able to remember all of these things that I'm working on or doing. So I feel like I don't have a lot of time to just explore, do like a mundane daily grind. Really want to try and attempt the things that seem far-fetched and out of reach, because pretty soon I just won't be able to. So some of the music has been really beautiful, coming out of trying to express love experiences and fear experiences and frustration, just all of these extremely common themes in a way that speaks to me and that I feel like is going to speak to other people. Don't know where I